was kind of cool, right? If you think about it from another perspective, like the me that ended up getting spied on and then sold out to Apple right before they had that strategic litigation between those those Chinese companies and Apple, and then all of a sudden they got the Uyghur concentration camps in China where they're trying to reprogram Muslims. Okay, that whole the head ends up getting cut off, but then she appears and she has her head, right? You give the presentation, you say what you actually believe, what you understand, but then bam, you got to demonstrate your resiliency. And it's not just about resiliency. You got to pay her. You got to give her the metrics. She cut your head off, but then you appear and you're giving them the metrics they want. You're paying. You're paying. That's what happened. All the strategic capability, all the analytical thinking, all of the value, all of the principle, that doesn't matter. You need to get the numbers. You need to pay. See, I got this problem though. I'm an old model, and they just haven't been able to successfully re engineer me. And it's been too long on one level, but on another level, I'm just not going anywhere, right? I'm just not really going anywhere, and I can't really bring myself to do that. On the other hand, there was a course of action that was taken that went in a very wrong direction. You may not like my attitude or my comportment, but I have what you need. I continue to keep abreast of these situations. Your nuclear model isn't going to be able to move forward. Why? Estonia. And before Estonia, there were other matters that needed to be attended to and weren't. And I'm going to let you know, quite frankly, that because this is kind of like the closeout report on that contract with the president, I don't appreciate in any way, shape, or form being put in a situation where I was supposed to engage in sexual activity on command or to be prevented from having a meaningful relationship to engage in intentionally orchestrated acts of nuclear terrorism. I don't care that you're the president. Because what we've seen now is for 10 years, you intentionally orchestrated it to aid and abet nuclear sabotage in another country so that you could strip the model, completely divest it of anything authentic about its origin, and then parse it out for resale under a completely different cultural context. And you just didn't bother to pay your translators. And they sabotaged the whole deal. I apologize. I apologize. We should have actually taken those concerns about water and water access seriously when they were first presented, as opposed to trying to leverage water as if it was as easy to obtain as a glass of water. Sex, and then make that your nuclear paradigm. Because we never got to safety, we never got to actual security. It is not in any way, shape, or form attractive to engage people in acts of sexual violence and then to just try to attenuate the telemedication so that they're not as mindful of how humiliated they're supposed to feel until they see the pictures later. That's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. I'm very sorry. I just want you to know this is not my culture. This is not my culture. These are not my people. This is not my country. And if you want to make some bullshit argumentation about how that means I'm not American, I'm sorry. If this is your understanding of American, maybe I'm not.